gonna make what's known as kala or puff puff. First thing we're gonna do is get some warm water and put our yeast in it. Pinch of sugar. Mix up our yeast and sugars and let it come to life. In the meantime, I'll measure out 2 cups of flour, some more sugar, salt, some nutmeg, and our yeast is coming to life rapidly, so we're just going to pour that in. Clamp that bad boy in and knead it together. So it's a very light dough, but it still will rise. We're gonna pop that out, we're gonna cover it up and let it rise for at least 30 minutes. All right, our kala dough had risen and it's nice and attached, and we got our boiling oil, and we're just gonna start squeezing it off into little balls to go in there and poof up into our donuts. The poofiness of them is amazing. They're poof poof, have some color on them, so we're gonna go ahead and just grab those out of here and put them on a paper towel lined, either plate or something with bars on it, so they can sit and lose a little bit of the oil. And then we'll just put our next batch of poof poofas in there to cook, and that's gonna be it. In Liberia, the way to eat your kala or your puff puff donuts is with the spicy sauce or pepper sauce. So we're just gonna start blending things. We got some onions that we chopped up. We're gonna toss those in there. Add in some tomatoes, about equal parts tomato and tomato. Along with those onions, we'll add a little blending. And then we're also gonna throw in some peppers, just a mix of different kinds of hot peppers. We're gonna use some Scotch bonnets. We're gonna throw in some purple peppers, some Thai chili, pepper, all blended together with our tomato and onion. We're now gonna take this and we're gonna fry it in oil and season it up in the frying pan. About 1/2 cup of oil. Add our blended tomato sauce into our oil. To season our pepper sauce, toss in one of these cubes. Just break that up a little bit. Tablespoon of the chicken bouillon. And add a bunch of black pepper. And we're just gonna fry this up for a while until we see that like the water started to evaporate. It'll get a little bit thicker, and that'll be our pepper sauce. All the water is evaporated from our pepper sauce. That's looking good, ready to serve.
Okay, we are in Liberia and we're making dumboys. We have some cassava, we've peeled and grating now. I have a little bit of water in the bowl here so that it doesn't oxidize too quickly while I grate. We're gonna get ready for our dumboy. Pull some banana leaves. Just gonna run it over some flame to kind of help with pliability. Cleaned it. A lot easier if you probably have like an outdoor charcoal thingy. So our cassava is here, nice and grated. To that, we'll add a little bit of salt. Mix it in. This is the banana leaf. I just ran it over some fire. Some of this mix in here, and we will wrap it. And then we'll just make a couple more of these. Dumboy is about to go in. The water is nice and boiling, so we'll add nicely packaged potato leaf cassava in here. We'll let this cook for about 25 minutes and then we'll get to pounding. I think our dumboys are nice and boiled. We're taking it out and then we'll be pounding. It is ready to be pounded. Unwrapping it now. Put it in our bowl and we'll just pound.
For your dumboy, when you pound it, you want to like lift it up and push it back in, and you're gonna add some salt and some water, and then you're gonna aerate it.
Do this until we get a dumboy. Torborgee. which is a pea eggplant stew or soup. We couldn't find pea eggplant, so we did the next best thing we could do, which was tiny little baby green eggplants. We're going to boil these with habanero for about 20 minutes until they get nice and tender, and we'll take them off the heat. So our eggplants have come to a nice boil and cooked to tender, so we'll take them off the fire, let them drain, and we'll mash them. I'm just gonna remove the stems now. I think I'm going to peel. So torborgee is torborgee because it has this bitter taste to it that comes from the pea eggplant. Leaving the skin intact for the most part will provide that like bite. I think that's all of them de-stemmed. We're gonna turn this into a paste, and I'm gonna use an emergency blender to do that. That's nice and blended and pasty, so we're going to set it aside. The next part of the torborgee is the stock making, essentially. In our pot, we'll add our meat, which is some chicken seasoned with salt and pepper, some sliced onions, some salt and pepper, and we'll let it boil for 30 minutes. Maybe another cup of water, so we're making a stock here. And we'll let this go for about 30 minutes. Torborgee protein has been cooking for about 20-30 minutes, so we'll take the protein out and set it aside. We just want the broth left behind for the most part. It's okay if you have some onions left over. Have our broth about medium heat, and we'll add our eggplant paste now. Eggplants getting introduced to the broth. We'll add a couple of more cups of water. Get more bouillon. And we'll let this boil for about 40 minutes. Our torborgee broth has been bubbling away, so now we'll add the meat back in. Our torborgee with palm oil, about half a cup or so. Stir that in and add a bit of baking soda. This will make it bubble. And just make sure to stir. Cook for an additional 5 minutes or so, and we're done. Our next dish is cassava leaves. So with the cassava leaves, you'll want to have whatever meats you're using seasoned with salt and pepper and set aside. Typically, like overnight is better. We've had this going for a few hours, just beef cubes. We'll do a large onion. So just some chopping of the onion. Dish comes together pretty quickly. So we'll add some meat to our pot, some chopped onion. We have a bouillon cube here, so we'll just crumble that in there. Also add a little bit of shrimp, dried shrimp, a tad bit of chicken bouillon, and enough water to cover your meat with, and then you'll boil that for 30 minutes or so. And when the water looks like it's about evaporated, we'll add the cassava leaves. Onto the fire it goes. Our cassava leaf base, which is the meat and onion and shrimp, has come to a nice cook. Now we can add cassava leaves, chopped in this bag, add here. We'll also add some additional seasoning, some additional bouillon, a little bit of salt, pepper, and a cube and a Scotch bonnet, and let this come to a boil and cook down until liquid is almost evaporated. A tablespoon of chicken bouillon. The Carolina Reaper, I'm just putting it in whole. So we'll let this cook for 25 minutes or so, and it should reduce in liquid. Check on it when that happens. Our cassava leaves are coming along nicely. Water is almost evaporated, so this is a good time to add your palm oil. So we'll add like a nice heaping spoonful, and we'll mix that in and cook it for about 5 more minutes. Next item on the list is sweet potato leaves. We'll start with chopping up some onion or slicing some onion. Some oil in a hot pan here, and we'll add our onion and meat together, and we'll saute this until the meat is mostly cooked. While the onions cook, we'll work on prepping our sweet potato leaves. I've washed my sweet potato leaves. There's a lot of bruising in this package, so I'm just going to try to go through and pick out the best looking leaves, and then we're going to finely chop them. We've picked off our sweet potato leaves, rolling the leaves and chopping them. The meat was cooked, we took it out of the pan. So there's still plenty of oil left from the meat, so we'll add our sweet potato leaves we just chopped up. We'll add a sprinkle of baking soda to help them maintain their color. We'll toss this for about 15 minutes until they're nice and tender. Our sweet potato leaves have fried pretty nicely, so we'll reintroduce the ingredients again. We have our onion and meat here. We'll add it back to the pot and mix it nicely and add additional seasonings. We'll add a bit of onion powder, a bit of chicken bouillon, black pepper, and then we'll add enough water to cover this, and we'll cook it for about 30 more minutes. Make sure to stir frequently so nothing gets stuck. Nice. See you in 30 minutes. Sweet potatoes are nice and done, and we're ready to serve. Look at that color. Wow.
Time to eat all of the bounty of delicious food that we made. So here we made some white rice because our dumboy didn't turn out quite right. And top that with my torborgee. On the side here I have my cassava leaf stew. Our other greens on the plate are potato greens in the garden ingredient there. We have some puff puff or challah with pepper sauce. Bon appetit. In Liberia is a beloved dish referred to as sweet rice bread, and it is a dense banana bread, really. We're going to break open some bananas. We're going to toss those bananas over here into our bowl for our wet ingredients. And over here I've got my rice powder, and that's going to be the bowl for my dry ingredients, and I'll add some seasonings like ginger and nutmeg, baking powder in there. We just took some white rice and we blended it in a coffee grinder. Add that ginger there, put in some nutmeg. We need a little bit of baking pow-pow, pinch of salt. Give those dries a little mixy mix. Smash our bananas. Our banana is nice and hand blended. We're gonna add in some other wet ingredients like some milk, egg. Beat our egg in with our milk and banana so we have a nice composite liquid. We're gonna add our sugar. We're gonna also add some oil. I'm gonna add my dry ingredients to my composite liquid, and we'll mix that together. All of our ingredients are mixed together here in this bowl. We're gonna put them into this loaf. I'm gonna grease it a little bit. Make sure to get it nice and greasy all around so it doesn't stick. Then we're gonna pour our composite bread mix into our loaf and pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for about an hour. Turn the oven off and leave it inside for another 30 minutes so they get nice and cooked all the way through, and it should be very dark brown all the way through on the inside and outside.